Everybody, welcome back to the Tony Fix Morning Show. I'm Tony T here, as we'll have picks for you today here from college football, that NBA 11-game card, college hoops, and we'll close it out with the NHL. And let's meet the cappers and get right to the picks. Let's say hello to Rod. Rod, what's going on?
Not too much, Tony. Can't complain. A hot week. I'm fire. 16-3 all sports run to kickstart the week. So let's continue to crunch the books. I'm excited for today's action, too. We got some good college hoops. A couple nice in the NHL. Man, NBA. Whew, there was some surprises last night. I did not see Atlanta coming to outright Boston. Congrats to Solo because he called it outright. That was a big win there.
That was a massive upset today. Let's see. Hello to Solo. Solo, what's happening?
All right, what's going on, everybody? Decent day yesterday. We'll try to get at them today. Huge card. Kind of focusing college basketball and NBA today. Just trying to make some money.
Yeah, I see Solo top of leaderboards here in college hoops this year, off to a great start. Let's say hello to Chris. Chris, what's going on?
Oh, not much. Coming off a pretty good day yesterday with the NBA Cup. I went 3-1 with my picks. So I got most of them right. Fell on that Dallas Warriors game, but the rest of them went great. So another money-making day.
And big day from Chris. Of course, we're back with the NBA Cup on Friday. So 12 games on Friday. So we'll look forward to that slate. All right, let's get underway here with the Tony Sports Show. We'll start with college football. We're going back to the action. Yes, we are. Kent and Miami, Ohio. Miami O here, 30-31 now, total 47. We've got Eastern Michigan, Ohio here. We got Ohio 11, total about 50 and a half, looks like. Akron and Northern Illinois. We've got here Northern Illinois 14 and a half, total 40. I've got the bottom runners here playing today from the action. Let's go to Rod.
Yeah, and you definitely got the bottom runners here in the action. But I'm going to take Eastern Michigan plus the 10 and a half. That's the dog spot. They love being in this position. And hey, 7-2 against the number. That's all we need is to cover that 10 and a half. I'll take it. Eastern Michigan plus the 10 and a half there. I think they can hang with Ohio. Keep it close. If they comes right down to the end, and I bet you they have a shot to outright Ohio in that one. So take the points with Eastern Michigan. And then you know what? I'm going to lay it with Northern Illinois. I don't trust Akron. That line opened at 18 and a half, and man, there's a lot of people on Akron thinking that Akron's going to be able to hang with Northern Illinois. That Northern Illinois defense did a great job last time we seen them against Western Michigan and the Broncos, because that's an offense that was rolling. I know their QB was issued, but man, they just shut them down, held them to 24 points. I think they do the same thing there to Akron and pull away, win by 3 touchdowns. So I'm going to lay it with Northern Illinois. I don't know. I don't get jumping on Akron. They suck, stink. Give me Northern Illinois there in that one.
Yeah, from Rod, we want over to Solo.
Yeah, I'm going to look at the Kent State, Miami, Ohio game. Kent State are probably one of the worst teams in the nation. They're struggling to score. I think they've scored maybe 6 points in about 3 weeks. This total set about 47. I think Miami does most of the heavy lifting. I don't want to lay minus 30 with Miami, so I'm just going to go under 47.
Yeah, from Solo, we'll move on over to Chris.
Gonna go with Miami, Ohio in that Kent game. I'm gonna lay the big number with them. I mean, like Solo said, Kent is just terrible. I mean, you look at them and they're allowing 605 total yards of offense for their defense is allowing that, and they're not even getting 169. So just lay it with Miami. Take the big number. Like Solo said, they're gonna do the heavy lifting in that one, and I think they just blow them out.
And there from Chris, I'll tell you what I think about these games. Let me just quick. I know there might be some rainy weather was forecasted last time. Let me see if there's been any change here in these actions here. I know there were may have been some wind concern in one game. We'll pull it up here in just a second. But anyway, yeah, I'm gonna lay it here with Miami. Miami, one of the better defensive teams in the MAC conference this year. Boy, when you look at Kent, when they're dogs of 21.5 to 31 points on the road, 0-4 to the spread. They can't cover these big spreads. So I'll look at Ohio in this one. Akron and Northern Illinois. Yeah, I'm no believer in Akron. I know their passing numbers that look pretty impressive here. I think that's probably why they're getting some backing. But Northern Illinois' defense, I think, is the way to roll here. I'll look at Northern Illinois here, laying the 15 at home. The one thing with the Huskies at home, they just ground and pound. 256 yards rushing per game, 5.5 yards a carry. So I just think that ground and pound will pound Akron here. So I'll look for Northern Illinois here, laying the number there. And
That's your rainy game. It's but and a little wind. So 10-mile-an-hour wind and a little bit of rain, around 50 degrees. It's kickoff and during the game. So a little bit of sprinkle there in northern Illinois.
All right. So
But not blustery as George says to us. He's like, it's blustery when it gets big and blustery. We're not getting big 15-mile to 20-mile-an-hour winds. It's just a little 10-mile-an-hour wind.
10-mile-an-hour winds.
Not
crazy.
So a little wind, a little rain.
You won't see the hot dog wrappers flying around. That's
that's what he said. Yeah, as he said, the hot dog wrappers, and you see it blowing around in the corner of the field. It's like, whoa, what's going on over there?
Let's see. We got 55% chance of rain in Ohio, Canton, Miami, Ohio. Light wind there. Eastern Michigan, Ohio. Clear skies, 49 degrees. Just nice brisk day there in Eastern Michigan and Ohio there. So that's the weather. You always got to look at the weather in these Maxim games, man, because from history, we'll tell you some of those games at night have been pretty rough there. So you've seen snow and wind, but I think we may get that later in the month of November. Just too early in the month of November for that type of weather right now. Eastern Michigan and Ohio. I'm going to go under in this one. EMU 9-4 the under as a road dog, and Ohio has been an efficient offense, but they defended well in conference play, holding teams to 3 yards a carry, 6 yards per pass. Them look under in Eastern Michigan and Ohio. All right, let's continue here on the Tony Speaks Morning Show as we get ready here to switch on over to the NBA. These are not the Cup. The next Cup games come up on Friday, just regular season games here. So we'll start here with doing in blocks of two here. Pacers and Magic. We see the this one now around a pick on total 223.5. Celtics and Nets. We've got the Celtics road favorites 8.5 now. I see a 9 somewhere. Total 218.5. We start with Rod.
Yeah, looking at these ones. After what you see from the Celtics, do you want to jump on them to have a good game here? Like they were holding back in the Cup for Brooklyn tonight, right? Yeah, I don't know. I think you got to lead to Brooklyn plus the points there in that one. I would expect Boston to bounce back, but trust them to do it in back-to-back spots. Now, give me Brooklyn plus the points there. The same thing with the Magic. They looked good last night. Can they continue to roll? I like the Pacers there in that spot to take advantage of Orlando. I like a lower scoring one, slower pace, under 224. I think that's the way to go. Give me the under 224, Indiana, Orlando.
All right, let's update some of the injuries here. It looks like Indiana's going to have missing 2 rotational players. So Nemhard and Nesmith are out here for Indiana. Will be topping off the bench. Will be questionable. Banchero continues to be out. Carter now upgraded to doubtful for Orlando. And on the Boston side, Springer, Porzingis out. Brooklyn side, Bogdanovich, Sharp, Watford out. Finney-Smith there will be questionable. We move on over to Solo.
Yeah, the Pacers Magic game. The Magic off the back-to-back. Pacers got a little rest. This game was loaded with injuries. I think the Pacers find a way to get it done. I'm going to take the Pacers on the money line. This game could go under. I think points could be premium. The Celtics-Nets game, like you say, it's hard to really back the Celtics after last night, but I do think they bounce back. I think they put up some points. I'm going to take the over 218.
Over there from Solo, on over to Chris.
Yeah, the Pacers Magic. I'm going to roll with the Pacers to cover there. I think the Magic, they had a good game last night, and they did cover for me. That was one of my premium picks. But back-to-back, I think the Pacers get that one. And then as far as Boston and Brooklyn, I'm actually looking at the other direction. I'm looking at the under. Brooklyn is 8-4 against Boston to the under this season. So, or 8-4 to the under. But I don't know. I don't want to try to lay anything with Boston after last night. That was definitely a good call on the Hawks. But so we'll take the under there and the Pacers for the cover.
Yeah, for Chris, I'll tell you what I think about these games here. I'm going to look here taking Orlando in this spot. Indiana's defense on the road has not been very good this year. 27th in road defensive efficiency, allowing 119 points per 100 possessions. And at home, Orlando defends very well. They sit tops in defensive efficiency at home. So two big variances here in the level of defenses being played. Pacers on the road, they don't make their threes very well. I'll look for Orlando in that spot. And also in the Nets, we're going to Nets in Boston. I'm going to look here at the over in this game. Celtics 13-9 to the over on the road against losing teams. Against these elite teams at home, Brooklyn 4-2 to the over, facing these teams with these 750 or higher win percentages. And the Nets, they shoot the ball well at home, 48% shooting, put up 114 points per game. I'll look here for that over in that one. All right, let's continue here on the Tony Six Morning Show as we move on to the next series of games here. and they will be the Bulls at the Knicks. Knicks 8.5 at home, total 231.5. Pelicans and Thunder 14.5, total 223. We start with Rod.
Ooh, 14.5. Jeez.
Yikes.
Yeah, yikes is right. Yeah. 14.5. I'm going to take the Pelicans plus the 14.5 just because laying 14.5 with any team in a basketball game usually doesn't fare so well. That's just so many points. Isn't that what Boston was laying yesterday? I think they even got up to 15.5 in spots yesterday. So give me New Orleans there. I know they're only 2-9 against the number, probably still dealing with a few injuries, but 14.5, I think you can easily find the backdoor cover there in that one. Give me the Pelicans there in that one. Definitely not my favorite out of these two games.
All right. Just update some of the injuries here. Ball out for Chicago. We got Sanogo and Jabari Smith questionable. Levine probable. Same guys here for the Knicks, Achua and Robinson. And on the Pelicans side, it's pretty much a starting lineup. Alvarado, Hawkins, Jones, McCollum, Murray, and Zion out.
That's what I said. Same boatload of guys.
Ingram is the only one playing because he's on a contract year. Just remember that. Hartenstein, Holmgren, and Williams here with a Y out for OKC. Go on to a solo.
Yeah, the Knicks Bulls game. Knicks, I think the Knicks bounce back with a little bit better offense tonight. The Bulls definitely don't play defense. Bulls have a pretty deep lineup, not really top loaded, but just a lot of guys that come in and run and fire, get out in transition, score some points. I think this total goes over. The OKC, I'm not comfortable laying 14.5 with OKC. Don't really like the Pelicans. They haven't performed well, especially with that number. I just think if I had to play the game, I would take the over.
There from Solo. We'll move on over to Chris.
Yeah, definitely with the Bulls and Knicks. I mean, I look back at the way the Bulls played Cleveland. Cleveland's the hottest team right now in the NBA, and I mean they kept it pretty close with them. I mean they still covered on that. And the Knicks are not the Cavs. I know they looked good last night, especially against Embiid. That was surprising, but yeah, I'm going to lay it with the Bulls here. Take the 9. I think it's where we're at 9.5. So I'd like to take the Bulls there, and then yeah, definitely not doing 14.5 with OKC. So I'll probably just stay away from that. If I had to lean, I'd lean Pelicans to cover on that one.
There from Chris. Tell you what I think about these games. Yeah, I'm going to be chalky in this one. I'm going to be laying points. I can't believe it. It's just the Knicks. Their offense is just so strong here at home, man. 119 points per 100 possessions plus 16 net rating. That is just impressive numbers there. Chicago, not a very good offensive team, hitting 46% away from home. New York at home, 49% shooting, nearly 40% from three. I'll look at them in this spot, this bounce back spot, and man, this Pelicans team, man, it's funny, believe it or not, when OKC's been favored at home by 10 or greater points, 14-4 to the spread, and New Orleans just a terrible offensive team on the road, 101 points per 100 possessions. Oh my goodness, I can't believe this. I'm going to lay 2 chalks in this spot blocks. Oh my God! All right, let's continue.
2 touchdowns and a field goal.
Oh, I mean, it's just this Pelicans team. I mean, we saw it in that first series against Portland, how bad. I mean, I couldn't believe how bad they looked in that, and they were somewhat healthy in that game, and it has been downhill since then. There's something internally going on with that team. I picked it out when they faced Portland in that early in the series in the year. All right, let's continue here on the 26 Morning Show. Next up, we got Cavaliers and Sixers here. We've got here the Cavs 9.5 on the road, total 218.5. Pistons and Bucks. We got Bucks here 5.5, total 250. I have these games in red. Let me just double check these injuries because I got red circles on both of them. I know what's going to be here for Cleveland here. Bates, Strus out. Merrill question. It's their big guy, Jared Allen. Boy, man, this guy has to be healthy for them to win, man. Let me tell you right now, he's a huge rim protector there. Impacts that defense very well. Maxey here will be out for Philadelphia. Here on Pistons and Bucks here. This one's all red all over the place on my screen. Let me see what we got here. All right. We've got Klitman, Thompson here out. Hardaway is questionable for Detroit. On the Milwaukee side, Lillard out, Middleton out, Rollins probable. So those are the issues there. We've gone on over to Rod.
Yeah, so for me in these spots here, I like you look at road underdogs coming off a win, like Detroit did. You're going to give me that many points with the Pistons? I'll take it. Give me Detroit plus the points. You expect Milwaukee to cover 6? They haven't covered a whole lot of anything all season long. So give me Detroit plus the 6 there in that one. I think coming to Milwaukee, keep it close if they don't outright the Bucks there in that one. And then, give me the boatload with the 76ers and the +9. They didn't look the greatest last night, but I think it takes a little bit once this Embiid's first game going. So I like him here in the second spot. They lost to the Knicks late. Give me the 76ers plus the 9.5 in that one. I just don't see Cleveland winning by double digits there. Give me the 76ers.
Yeah, Embiid's not on the report, but that doesn't mean he may not play. I don't think the Sixers have to get fined into suspensions. I don't think Philadelphia wants to play any games with this injury report. They'll just if he comes in and if he's hurt, it'll be every you just got to figure with Embiid it's going to be a game time decision every game with him because they just got slapped in the face with fines.
I think he plays.
Okay.
I think he plays here. I think he plays here tonight. I don't think they can mess around with him. Not sitting, not playing here tonight. They're already under the microscope of the league. And if you sit him here in this back-to-back spot, you're going to get it, and you're going to get a big fine. Huge. So I think he plays. How many minutes does he play?
Yeah, that's
the big question, right? There's no limit on how many minutes he can come out and play the first shift, tip off, play 5 minutes, and then be like, "Ooh, I tweaked something."
Then have ice on the then put ice on the knees.
And then put ice on the knee. Yeah, exactly.
Put ice on the knee.
Yeah, that's gonna be the new dirty trick thingy where it's like, "Oh, I tweaked it," and now he can sit on the bench for the rest of the game, right?
We've all dealt with tendonitis before, and it can be a lingering issue. And with a hiker, I know what that feels like. So maybe something feels that you start to feel the tendonitis, and it goes to the bench, and the ice is on the knee. So we on over to Solo.
Yeah, the Pistons Bucks game. Definitely don't really like what Doc Rivers has going on right now. Like you say, the Bucks are battling injuries. They don't have a lot of depth. I think this team is kind of imploding and giving up on each other. The Pistons stole one last night with the Heat. They called the timeout, got the technical, got the win. I think they build off that. I'm going to take the Pistons on the money line. The 76ers and the Cavs, the Cavs have been rolling all season. For some reason, this just looked like one of those spots. I know the 76ers on a back-to-back spot. They didn't get the win yesterday, but I think Embiid is a better matchup for him tonight, with bigger bodies with Allen and Mobley inside. I think the 76ers kind of slow this game down. I'm going to take a shot. I'm taking the 76ers on the money line.
There from Solo. Move on over to Chris.
Yeah, I'm going to let the points with the with the Pistons. In that one, I just don't trust the Bucks at all, especially with 6 points there even. But as far as the Cavs Sixers game, I'd lay it with Philadelphia. I mean, just looking back to that Bulls game that we just talked about, they didn't cover there. I think they lost by 6. It was 8.5. So I'd take the Sixers with the points. I think the Cavs, depending on Allen has to play, like you said, in order for them to, I feel like, to really win and go up against Embiid. But I'd lay it with the 76ers here just because that 9.5.
All right, there from Chris. I'll give you one here in this spot here. I'm going to stay with that Cleveland. Allen, to me, is just a big piece in that game. I'm going to go under here with Detroit and Milwaukee here in this spot. The Bucks, the whole team's a 45% shooting overall here at home. But Detroit, man, this team plays on the road here at the second slowest pace. And they only allow 45% shooting. They've got some big pieces there to defend the rim, holding teams 103 points per game on the road. So this Pistons team, second in defensive efficiency here away from home this year, which is, I won't say surprising. Detroit's usually last on both sides, right? But we're seeing this team start to play some D. So give me under in that one between the Pistons and the Bucks. All right, let's continue here on the 26 Morning Show as we continue on here to the next series of games. We've got Wizards and Spurs here. Spurs, 10. Look at this. Spurs 10 at home, total 224.5. Clippers and Rockets. We got the Rockets laying 5, total 214 there in these games. So let's see what we got here. Injury-wise, we've got in the Clippers game still Leonard Tucker. Adam Van Fleet questionable for Houston. Landale here will be probable in that one. In the Wizards and Spurs, we've got Bay, Brogdon out. Holmes questionable. And the Spurs, Jones, Sakan out. Branham questionable. We go to Rod.
That's a lot for the Spurs to be laying, but you know what? I'm going to lay it with the Spurs there in that one. I just don't trust this Washington squad. And the way the Spurs, I think they out-rebound them in that game and collect up all the second chance points and take advantage there to the Spurs. I think it's play some defense too. So give me the Spurs there. I'll lay the 9.5 there. Washington stinks. Absolutely stinks. So they covered anything in November? this year. I don't think they've covered once this November at all. So let that trend continue to roll right along. Washington stinks. Lay it with Spurs there in that one. Probably a lower scoring one. I would take the under 224.5 as well there in that one. And Clippers and Houston. Yeah, I like the under 213.5. I think we get a low scoring one. First to 100, if we even get to 100. Give me the under 213 there.
Yeah, from Rob, we move on over Solo.
Yeah, the Wizards. Who was it? Wizards and Wizards and Spurs game. Yeah, the Wizards are terrible. They started slow, got a 1 or 2 in there, and then ever since then it's been all downhill. Kuzma came back in the last game. I think he gives them a little bit of boost on offense. I still can't lay it. I think points will be premium. I'm gonna take the under in that game. The Clippers. I'm gonna take the Clippers with the points. I like how Tyronn Lue has them playing. They're playing defense. Offensively, they're led by Harden, Powell, and Zubac. They're going to slow this game down. I'll take the Clippers with the 5.
They're from Solo on over to Chris.
Yeah, I'm going to take the Spurs. I mean, they're 4-2 against the spread at home. And then they're the Wizards. Yeah, they're just away games. They're 1-4. So definitely not laying anything with the Wizards there at all. And then as far as the Clippers Rockets, what did I have? Yeah, I would take the under as well. Like Solo said, Tyler's got them playing defense, so they're going to be able to hold this Rockets team to under the total.
All right, from Chris, I'll tell you what I think about these games here. And this one, I'll look at the Clippers as well here, taking the points. Rockets play a little offense, good defense at home, but look at these Clippers on the road here. Holding teams 109 points per 100 possessions, a +5 net rating. And you look here at LA, shooting the ball from three very well, 42% from the 3-point line on the road this year, holding teams at 33%. And the Rockets hitting just 32% from three. So not really good 3-point shooting here from Houston. Great 3-point shooting from the LA. And LA, 9-4 the spread on the road when underdogs of 3.5 to 9.5 points there. Hey, they were in that game against OKC. Just got away late. Yeah. They were in that game, man. It was really close, like a coin flip at the end. I'll also look here at under in that Washington and Spurs game. Washington's playing a lot of games of late here. This is, even though it's not a back-to-back, it is their third game in 4 days, and they've trended 5-1 the under here in that spot. And they're actually 5-2 the under, playing their third game in 4 days, and also 5-1 and under facing these offensive teams that average 108 points per game or fewer. And again, the Spurs are playing 6 games in 10 days. They're 11-3 at the under in this spot. Look under in that game. All right, let's continue here on the Tony Six More Show. We'll close out the NBA with these final 3 games. And we've got Grizzlies and the Lakers. Lakers 6.5 total, 231. T-Wolves and Blazers here in the rematch. Timberwolves 9.5 to 9, 220.5. Suns and Kings. We've got the Kings 7.5 total, 225.5. I see a lot of red on my screen, so let's take a look here. What's going on with these injuries tonight? Grizzlies is it's getting to be like last year. Bain, GG, Durant, Spencer out. Williams doubtful. Smart and Clark questionable. For the LA, we got Hood, Shafino, Vanderbilt, Wood out here. Hayes questionable. Russell Davis probable in the game. Minnesota, again, a clean injury report, about the healthiest team in the NBA this year, it looks to me. Aiden out, that index finger again. I guess he's going to miss. Thibault out. And we've got Simons probable. In that Suns game, here we go. This is the key here. Durant, Gillespie, and now Nurkic. Nurkic out tonight. Beal probable. And on the Kings side, a shooter, Monk, the 6th man of the year, out. Carter Robinson out here for the Kings. We go over to Rod.
Yeah, and Booker's still playing in that game, so Mr. Ballhawk can still run it up and score over 30 again, just like he did last night. So you're going to give me 7.5 with the Suns. I'll take it because that's way too many points for this Kings team to cover. We know the Kings love to take it right down close to the wire, make you sweat if you're trying to cover a big number, and they most likely probably don't cover that. So give me the Suns plus the 7.5 there in that one. And then I was trying to see what our teams what's like on the same team. If there was a back-to-back spot here. Teams in the back-to-back. It's like, do you want to jump back on Minnesota to have a better game than what they did last time, or just continue to ride Portland? Yeah, I'm going to take the under 220.5. I think we get a lower scoring one and we sneak underneath that total. Give me the under 220.5. Slower paced game after what we've seen last night.
There from Rod. Move on over to Solo.
Yeah, the Grizzlies-Lakers game, Lakers coming off a little rest. I think AD plays. I'm not comfortable laying that number with the Lakers. I still think the Grizzlies have some talent. I think they get up and down. I think we see some points. Lakers can't defend. I think this total goes over. I'm going to take a shot with the Suns on the money line. I know Monk's out. I know the Kings are playing good ball. I love the addition of DeRozan. The Kings, the Kings are a really good team. I just think this is one of those spots where I think I'm kind of with Rod. I think Booker takes the bulk of the shots with KD out, and he might put up a 40 ball tonight. And I think the Suns got a shot to get it late. So ride with me on the money line. If you ain't there, you can't stomach it. Take the points.
There you go from Solo on over to Chris.
Yeah, I'm going to take the, as much as I hate to fade my Kings, they just don't really do all that well covering at home. A big number like that, like Rod said, they bring us all the way down to the wire usually. So I take the Suns to cover, but I think the Kings get the win in that one, regardless of KD being out or not. And, DeRozan's been great for us in the Kings. My other team, the Grizzlies, I've been back and forth on that one. That's why I didn't make the premium. But I just think this is a LA spot and where they're home. They got to revenge that last one where the Grizzlies just tore them up. And I mean they're 6-1 at home against the Grizzlies against the spread. So I think it's just a spot where they just kind of beat up on the Grizzlies in this one, with the Grizzlies being banged up a little bit. But yeah, so I'm gonna take LA on the points there, and I'm leaving that Minnesota Portland game alone after last night. That was rough.
There from Chris. All right, I'm gonna look here. I'm gonna take the Grizzlies in this spot here at plus the points up. I know the Lakers are tops in home offensive efficiency here, but Memphis, man, look at the road numbers this year. They're shooting 49% overall, 42% from three. They got those guys coming off the bench that can make threes. And the Grizzlies 24-10 to the spread on the road, facing these bad defensive teams that allow 46% shooting or greater. So when they face these bad defensive teams, they cover spreads on the road. So I'll take them here in this spot. Suns and Kings. Yeah, I'm here with the Phoenix Suns here, plus 7.5. When the Kings are favored by this many points, 6.5 to 12 at home, 4-9 of the spread. They're not my favorite home favorite, that's for sure. No doubt about that. The Kings still struggle at 3-point line, 30% at home. And when you get the Suns as a dog of 6.5 to 12 on the road, 4-1 to the spread. So I'll look here at them in that spot. Minnesota T-Wolves and Portland. Oh boy. And my man Shadei Sharp finally got in. I was getting into the scoring column now. Maybe he's getting his legs now that he was out. So I'll look for actually there's some back-to-back angles here. Portland 6-2 of the spread at home back-to-back games, because remember, everybody thinks Portland's horrible. They can't play, so they inflate these lines and they cover spreads. Minnesota 2-5, the spread and road back-to-backs. Here's something that's bad for Minnesota. The road defense, giving a 49% shooting overall on the road, 22nd in defensive efficiency on the road, give up 118 points per 100 possessions. When you're in the bottom 10 defensively, you can't be laying 9.5 points on the road. That's just no way. Give me Portland here at plus the price. I don't care if it's 3 nights, 4 nights. Or Portland beat them 3. I'm going to take them all the time at that plus price with those numbers. All right, let's continue here on the Tony Satori Show. It is now time for a college basketball segment. As I said, now until probably into December, we're just going to let the cappers. We're not going to do blocks. Just give us what you got. In college hoops here, we'll start with Rod.
And the first one I'm looking at here today is I like Toledo over Wright State. Toledo, definitely solid team, and I think they can win by double digits there over Wright State. Wright State's been solid over the last couple seasons, not this one. They're going to struggle there. Toledo is the better team in that one. They can definitely run it up offensively as well. So give me Toledo. They win by 10+ there in that one. The other one I'm looking at here is I like George Mason. They can definitely score and play some defense, and I got them winning by 20 over Central Michigan in that one. So I'm going to lay the 14.5 with George Mason. They whooped somebody last time out by like 30, so I do the same thing there. Give me George Mason, lay the points. Hey, look, Presbyterian's playing today, and you're getting 4 points. They love to cover spreads. I'm not sold on this Wofford team, and you want to lay 4 with Wofford? Nope, not this guy. Give me Presbyterian and the Blue Hose plus the 4 in that one. What's the other one? I like Arkansas to whoop it up on Troy. You look at Troy, hey, they've covered the number in their first 2 games. Not this one. Arkansas is that much the better team. I think they run right over Troy, lay the 13 there in that one. And then one more. Where is it? Illinois. Oakland taking on Illinois. You look at Illinois, and hey, they're 2-0 to start the season, rolling right along, right? Yeah. Give me Oakland plus the 23 there in that one. I just don't trust Illinois to cover that big giant number. Oakland, hey, they can shoot the ball and hoop as well. Look, they kept it close versus Kentucky last time out, or a few games ago. So they can definitely battle. Returning 3 starters is Oakland as well. So I like that team to keep it close within that number. You know why? Because Illinois, where did I write? There it is. Illinois stinks at throwing the free throws. 10 of 21 this season from the charity stripe. That means you've left 11 points just sitting there doing nothing. That kind of cost you here when you're trying to cover a big 23. Give me Oakland plus the 23 there in that one.
Yeah, from Rod, we want over to Solo.
Yeah, I'm looking at the Minnesota North Texas game. Both these teams are coming in pretty good. Minnesota's got some injuries. I think their leading scorer is questionable. North Texas has good size. They have some athletes. They're going to grind it out and slow this game down. Points could be premium, but I'm going to take North Texas on the money line. I'm also looking at the USC game. They're playing UT Arlington. UT Arlington lost their last game to Louisiana Tech by like 15. UT Arlington doesn't really have the size. They don't really have good depth. I think USC blows them out. I'm sorry.
They're from Solo.
And a lean in Tennessee.
Okay.
That's a big number, but a lean in Tennessee. I don't think Montana can run with these guys. I think Tennessee's up by like 17 to 20 points in the first half, and they cover this out winning by probably 30 points.
There we go from Solo. We move on over to Chris.
Yeah, Tennessee, Montana was actually one I was going to talk about here. I mean, you look at Montana on the road, they got a 34% field goal percentage, and they're only scoring an average of 48 points. Where Tennessee at home, I mean, they're scoring an average of 80 points. They got a 50.9% field goal percentage. I don't know. I'm going to take the big number with Tennessee and lay it here. Definitely with that matchup. And in the Creighton game, I was looking at that with Houston. Looks like Houston Christian, I believe. Yeah, Houston Christian. I was looking at the over in that game.
There from Chris. I'm going to be looking here at the I'm going to be looking here at the over here in Cal and Vandy tonight. Boy, Cal has really put up some points and put up some pace up here. Gave up 73 to Cal Poly, 73 here against Cal State Bakersfield. So we're seeing here with Cal, a team that's hitting their threes, but they're giving 45% from the three-point line. Wow. So Cal Vanderbilt, I'll go over the total here, 159 here in that one. All right, let's continue here on the Tony Fix Morning Show. We got you through the sports, and of course we'll get to the NHL. We're gonna Solo and I don't have skates, so we're gonna take a look at what Solo has for sale over at Tony's Pick Sets. We're heading into a big week of action here with all these sports overlapping. Solo's hot right now in college hoops. Look at this, 485 units of profit document over at Tony'sPicks.com. What do you got for sale?
Yeah, I got a 5-pack today. 3 NBA, 2 college basketball. Good angles right here. I like these games today. We'll be back tomorrow with NFL and more college basketball and college football heading into the weekend. So you might want to sign up with a week pass, month pass, year pass. Pair me up with one of the good cappers, man. We try and put this money in your pocket.
That's right, guys. You got more with Solo over at Tony'sPicks.com. Long-term pass, the way to roll here. And, of course, you'll save 15% off when you use that promo code TonyT at checkout. You'll find a link to the description right at Tony'sPicks.com. All cappers have to find Solo. Go ahead and get signed up. All right, so as always, great having your show. Continue that great success, and we'll catch up with you soon.
Good luck, everybody. Let's make some money.
Good luck, Solo.
Yes, sir.
So here on Tony's Picks show here, we'll continue here on the show. Yeah, we know DeAndre Ayton has been ruled out here again. That index finger must hurt a lot. All right, let's continue here on the Tony's Picks Morning Show as we continue here with the NHL. Of course,
he got caught doing one of these things, and somebody grabbed it and bent it the wrong way. We're like, yeah, I'll show you how to do that.
That's what happened. All right, so Ayton out, but they won without him. We'll see how it rolls again. All right, let's continue here on the Tony's Morning Show. Hockey now. We'll start with these two with Rod. Red Wings Penguins here. We got the Red Wings here. Look like they're dogs here. Penguins $1.38, total 6.5. Leafs and the Caps. Caps $1.37, total 6. Hurricanes and Utah Hockey Club. The Canes $1.88, total 6.
Yeah, and you look at that one. Carolina's just too hot right now. I can't go against them. Utah at home, they're a 500 hockey club at best. That new Utah arena, well, so if you get a bad seat, you're not even seeing half the ice. So it doesn't have the same aura as what Mullet Arena did for the Utah Hockey Club last season. So I'm going to take Carolina to come in and finish their road trip strong and beat up on Utah, take them on the puck line there. I like the under, Detroit and Pittsburgh. You look at this Detroit team, and they're struggling to score 3 goals a game, averaging under 2.5 goals a game as this Detroit team. And when you can't score more than 2 goals a game, you're going to struggle to win games. And it shows that's why they're 6-7. Penguins 6-9 in the year. So both these teams struggling to light the lamp and giving it up. So I think it's the first of 3 wins that one. Give me the under 6.5 in that contest there.
All right, let's continue here on the hockey segment with Rod. Next up, we've got Kings and Avalanche here. We got the Avs favorite $1.33, total 6. Golden Knights on the road against the Ducks. Vegas favorite $2, total 6.5.
Yeah, and you look at that Avs taking on the Kings. You know what the Avs do at home? They beat up on the Pacific. They won 13 straight games at home versus the Pacific. Not bucking that trend. I'll take Colorado to beat the Kings there in that one. And then Vegas taking on the Ducks. Hey, what do the Ducks do following a home win? They lose. They're 0-10 following a home win are these Ducks. Vegas going to be a little bit mad after losing to Carolina at home. Getting their home perfect streak snap. I like Vegas to come in here and beat up on the Ducks. Lay the puck and a half there with Vegas. I think they easily cruise to the win over the Ducks. They're going to squish a Duck today.
Squishing those Ducks here on here tonight in hockey. All right, we got you through the NHL rundown. So now it's time for our Parlay Peripheral segment. We'll start with Rod.
And for me, we're going to go with the under in the Minnesota game in the NBA. We're going to lay it with the Colorado Avalanche. And then add George Mason in there. Little mixed sport 3-teamer. Let's get it.
Mixed sport 3-teamer there from Rod. On over to Chris.
Yeah, I'm actually with as rough as this NBA card is today, I'm going to give you a couple player prop, little two-player prop here, parlay. We're going to go DeMar DeRozan over his points, rebounds, and assists. That's hitting an 80% clip. He's hit that 4 of his last 5 times. And then Cam Johnson with the Nets. We're going to go over his points, rebounds, and assists as well. That's also hitting at 80%. So pair those two together and cash in.
That's in there with Chris. Tell you what I think about these parlays. I'm going to go ahead and lay it here with Miami against Kent. And then I'll do Clippers plus the points, Suns plus the points. All right, we got you through the Parlay Purple segment. Let's see what the cappers have for sale over at Tony'sPicks.com. This is a monster week, a monster month of games. And with these college football games getting bigger and bigger now, we just had the college football playoff show. We're kind of seeing where things stand right now. It's going to be a mess as we get to the end of it to try to figure out who gets in the playoffs. But hey, it's our job to figure out who covers, right? Let them figure that out. But we can use that as angles as in our handicapping as well. So let's take a look at Rod, see what he's got for sale. Rod's been absolutely red hot over the last 2 days. What do you got for sale over at Tony's Picks? You're on mute, Rod.
I think you're muted.
Yep. My bad. For me, over at Tony's Picks, yeah, we've been hot. We're on a nice 16-3 all sports run. Nice 5-1 to start the week in college hoops. Second, right behind Solo in college basketball as well, and that's where I'm focused today. I've got a nice 3-pack in college hoops. Love those today. Scoop that up. And then also I have my NHL sniper play going as well. We're looking to hit our 3rd straight there over at Tony's Picks. So definitely heating up on the ice. Definitely want to jump aboard something long-term. I'm going to throw in an NBA play as well. We crushed it with the 10-star drop a dime play yesterday as well. So definitely been heating up. You want to jump aboard something long-term. Take advantage of that 2-for-1 capper promotional. That way, if I find something late, any late information, late steam, you'll get that emailed right to you. Take advantage of that 2-for-1 capper promotional over at Tony'sPicks.com and use Tony T at checkout. Save 15% off all your purchases. Jump aboard.
It's Rod's been red hot, guys. Get on board with Rod right now. Link to the description and get on board with Rod to see him on the leaderboards here. And of course, late steam. We let our cappers put plays in late. That means between 10 hours, 2 hours per game time. Those plays are emailed directly to your inbox. The email you use to sign up for the service. You get your regular member plays by 11 a.m. Eastern time, but the cappers can keep handicapping throughout the day. They find a play for you. Boom. It's emailed directly to your inbox. Let's see what Chris has for sale over at Tony'sPicks.com. Doing great in NFL. Chris, what do you got for sale?
Today I actually just dialed it down to one play in the NBA. I know I went big yesterday with 4 plays, and we went 3-1 on that. We're currently 6-1. I'm 6-1 in the last 4 days in the NBA, so we're heating up on that. So I got one play today in the NBA, and then yeah, that's kind of where we're at. I left everything else alone and just focused on that.
Yeah, guys, get on board with Chris right now at Tony'sPicks.com. Remember the promo code TonyT at checkout will save you 15% off all multi-packs. So get on board here. A lot going on over at Tony'sPicks.com. Month of November is a busy month, guys. So we have lots of picks for you here, as well as premium plays over on our side. I'll have the best bet on the board as well as a multi-pack. And remember, the long-term passes are the way to go. All right. Let's find out what the cappers have over the Tony's Picks YouTube channel. If you checked out our on-demand product, we have lots of videos up there. Let's find out what Rod has up now and plan for the week over at Tony's Picks YouTube channel.
Yeah, definitely. Lots of on-demand videos going now. I got you covered in all the NHL videos over at Tony's Picks, so definitely go check those out. And going forward the rest of the week, you'll see a college basketball play or two pop up. You'll see me with some college football action will pop up as well, because I'm not going to be able to make the college show this week. And then you'll see me with usually a college football parlay for Saturday, NFL parlay for Sunday. So definitely be on the lookout for those, as well as all the NHL going forward. I'll be covered.
You're right, Chris. What do you got over at Tony's Picks YouTube channel now, and your plans for this week?
Right now I've got an NBA video, of course, like I do every day. And then for the rest of the week, I'll be covering, of course, the NBA Cup again Friday. I'll have at least 3 or 4 videos on that to cover those games, because there's 12 of them. And then I may put out a video with NBA parlay, player props, those kind of things coming up this week.
All right, guys, be sure to like, subscribe, hit those notifications. So lots of content on our channel, guys. I don't want you to miss any of it. Great content here on our channel, Tony'sPicks.com, and, of course, our YouTube channel. And we're with you here every day, 9:30 a.m. Eastern with this live show, guys. So make sure you check it out. And, of course, you guys seem to love this format. We've seen our numbers go skyrocketing since we applied to this format. We keep it organic. We're not going to get into this rant with this banter, because when you start to banter your picks, then you start to we get into the hyperbole, the overhyping, and, we just give you the nice organic handicapping, so you get the cappers true handicapping angle on this, and we're not going to get the hype or become into, because someone asked me, why don't you guys banter and how? Because what happens is then you start the hype stuff, and you start to get into hyperbole. This is betting. This is using your money. I want a nice organic handicap so you can get the real clear, concise handicap from our cappers here on the show. All right, that's going to do it here on the Tony's Picks Morning Show. Before we go, you guys have anything? Any last closing thoughts before we go?
Have a good day.
Great day.
It's a hump
Great
day,
day, guys.
Get over that hump. Let's get it. Continue to crush the books. I'm excited about today's action.
Oh, yeah. I am too. All right, guys. We'll say goodbye to you guys. You guys make it a winning day. I'll catch up with you again here tomorrow on the Tony's Picks Morning Show.